So this video is going to cover the first three questions on the sample test because they're all pretty quick and they're all definitions. So first we have determine whether the data described are qualitative or quantitative. And so qualitative means your answer is going to be a word, and quantitative means your answer is going to be a number. And you can remember that because the N in quantitative, think of that as standing for a number. So the time it takes to run a marathon, the answer to that would be a number. So it would be quantitative. You're going to probably have a different question, but anything where your answer would be a word would be qualitative, number would be quantitative. Question 2, determine whether the data described are nominal or ordinal. Nominal means no order, so it starts with no, so think of that as representing no order. And ordinal means order, and the beginning of the word looks like the word order. Movies are rated by a critic as thumbs up or thumbs down. I thought I had seen every combination of this question. I have never seen this one before, but I'm assuming that because it's clear that thumbs up is better than thumbs down, that this would be ordinal because it's the order that you would put it in is thumbs up and then thumbs down. If anybody has this exact question and I'm wrong about that, please let me know. But more frequently, the ordinal ones are things like small, medium, large, where you know that that's the sequence they go in, or sometimes it's things like movie ratings, G, PG, PG-13R. Those you know that they go from younger audiences to older audiences in that way. And some examples of nominal with no order would be like colors, for example, just anything, or like pens, pencils, markers, things where there's just no obvious order that they would have to go in. And the question number 3 is determine whether the data described are discrete or continuous. Discrete basically means you could count them, and so the answer would have to be a whole number. And continuous is any kind of number that could have a fraction or decimal as part of the answer. So if you wanted to know the number of keys on your key ring, you'd count them, and it would always end up being a whole number. A good way to test this is to think if your answer would make sense if it was some number and a half. So keys on your key ring, 4.5 doesn't make sense. But things like how long does it take me to drive to the store could be 10.5 minutes. How tall somebody is, they could be 63.5 inches. The continuous ones are usually something where you measure, so like a time, a distance, a height, a weight, those sort of things. So other examples of discrete would be how many people are in a certain class, or how many dogs do you own, that kind of thing. Anything that you could count them up to get the answer would be discrete. So that's it for the first 3 questions. So we'll move on to the chapter 2.